Welcome back. It's the Honda Cadets who are up next on track. Nicholas Reeve and Oliver Clark on the front row of the grid, with Harry Thompson and Guy Cunnington on the second. Ben Fayers and Oliver Beerman with Ben Kasperjak and Henry Laws. Louis Westover and Keaton Samra round out the top 10. Keep an eye on the O-plate. The American Wesley Mason, he starts down in 15th position. And Dragon Pinson lines up in number 21 position on the grid in kart number 8, the Eclipse Motorsport kart. Kieran Jeremy could be worth the punt as well, alongside Mason on row 8 of the grid in the GP plate. Away we go. Good start by Reeve. Looks as though Oliver Clark's going to slot into position nicely behind him, and he's joined by Cunnington. Good start there by Guy in the 52. So as they go under the bridge for the first time and through the triple left-hander, here they come. Very nice move at the front as Reeve just moves to cut the BRK's nose wide there. Very nicely done. He's got a good gap already. Look, a couple of kart lengths in the early stages as everybody filters through. Is everybody going to make it through? Just about, I think. And it looks as though that long run, look, this is the longest straight pretty much in the British Championships, that run from the exit of the bridge to the first right-hand hairpin. And down the straight towards the left, we're on board with Ellingham, chasing down Kieran Jeremy, the GP plate, as they try to get onto the back of Sam Heading in the Project 1 kart, and running wide there, that's Aston Millar. So Millar's lost a couple of places, unfortunately, as they make their way through the S's, through the left, through the right, not too much curb, and you've got plenty of acceleration down the short straight.
Out of the S's, down to Bobby Game Corner. This is Bobby Game Corner on board here with Ellingham in the midfield. Plenty of battles going on, the GP plate and the O plate. GP plate, Jeremy won the Kartmasters Grand Prix here in August at PF International. Wesley Mason there, the British Open champion, the American. He's just in front here of Ellingham. It's Reeve, Clark, Thompson, Cunnington, Beerman. Beerman's made up a place on that one. Ben Fayer's lost a place. Wesley Mason there, the British Open champion. That is the confirmation from the United States, up the inside of the 72, making a place on Archie Brown, the rookie.
Yeah, Brown looks like he got hung out to dry there on the right side of the circuit, didn't he? He's up the inside to take the lead. That is Harry Thompson. He takes over the lead. So, when the last race in the I-Armies, he didn't have a prayer against Barnard and Edgar. He just kind of had to hope that he could hang on to third position. Now, he is out in front, having made the move on the zip kart driver, Nicholas Reeve, and he gets through very nicely indeed there. Now, what does that do for the championship? Well, it puts Thompson a little bit closer to Oliver Clark, but it hasn't really got him as close as he needs to be. He really needs Clark to have a bit of a humdinger, really.
Yeah, well, it needs him to have a stinker anyway. He needs him to go from where he is at the moment, way down the field. Thompson leads, and as he goes through the line, you should see his points change here. They should just flick up by a couple as he goes through. There you go. Up now to 1,074 points, but Clark on 1,093. He's pretty much got this 1-1 now. Clark there in second place. He's going to have to drop around 15 or 16 places to give Thompson a prayer. And up the inside is Ellingham for another spot. Nice move by the rookie.
That was a very nasty moment there. Clark almost got onto the grass, and Reeve has got through. Reeve is going to take the lead here, and through two is going to go the second of the BRK karts. Cunnington moves into second position. Clark moves back to third. Thompson's to fourth. Now that's really going to give Clark a better run at it, and up the inside again comes Thompson. Has he got through to third? Yes, he does, and through to fourth position too. That is the 14 of Ben Fayers. So a bit of a problem there for Clark. That's exactly what he doesn't need. He doesn't need to be getting involved in other people's incidents. He's going to drop down the order, and this is a better opportunity for Thompson.
Absolutely right, Jake. Absolutely right. That should be a wake-up call to him. As he came through the right-hander off the bridge. You have a look at Guy Cunnington. Threw that right-hander off the bridge, ran wide. Now, if he'd have got a couple of wheels right onto the grass, he could have easily spun around and dropped those 15 or 16 places that Thompson needs him to. You're right, Jake, he does not need to get involved in anything. He's in fifth place, he's comfortably clear, doesn't want to do anything here. If I was him now, a little bit of a gap back to, I think it's Beerman in behind him now. Let's have a look. There he is, fifth place. He wants to sit there, Jake. Don't get involved.
Yeah, if I was him, I'd just follow Thompson's every single move. He doesn't really need to overtake him at this point. He just needs to sit one or even two places behind him would be enough. Luke Preston, leading rookie, as he now closes down on Kieran Jeremy, having made the move on Mason and Henry Laws, the other rookie. So good battles towards the mid-pack as well as at the front of the field. But Oliver Clark still looking good for the championship if he just maintains his position. 5th position. He's even dropped back a little way from the 14 of Ben Fayers. That's fine. It's not a pressure cooker situation right now. Just sit there in 5th position, Oliver. You're doing absolutely everything you need to. Winning a race is nowhere near as important as sealing the deal for the title.
This is a great overall view. The drone camera has been a fantastic innovation to karting over the last several years that we've been using it. As you can see here that Clark's in 5th place, and you can clearly see the gap that he has. He'll be getting messages from the side of the circuit from his team, from his parents, from his nan, granddad, aunts and uncles, saying just calm down a bit, as Dragon Pinsent, by the way, makes up a move. That's the 8-kart former winner this season. Couple of wins he's had, Dragon, but pretty much racing in the midfield today. That was a move on Henry Laws for a place.
And there's a great scrap going on for 6th position behind. Behrman is no longer looking particularly secure at the moment. He's got a pack of hungry dogs snapping at his heels now as they make their move through the left-hand hairpin behind the leading 5. And now the leaders are having a bit of a humdinger. Is that Clark making the move on Fayers? I think he's made the move to 4th position. Well, he's certainly going to now, if he hasn't already, because Fayers drifts out wide. Ellingham now getting himself involved as that's Pinsent. Through goes Laws, and they're all taking on, I think it was the 44 of Luke Preston that got hung out to dry there. Oh, yeah. No, he didn't.
Oh, Preston comes back. Welcome back to the party, Luke.
Very nicely done. He just realised he'd lost it to one side and went, fine, you're going to drift. I'm just going to take back the inside line.
I'm not sure what Clark's doing, Jack. I've got to be honest. I am not sure what he's doing. Those battling behind him were helping him out. Then all of a sudden he decides to go up the inside, going into the S's, and then runs wide, nearly puts 2 wheels on the grass and could easily have gone off.
Well,
again.
Hang on a minute. I think it was actually Guy Cunnington who drifted out wide, the other kart. So Cunnington has now dropped to the back of the queue in the 52. That's promoted Clark a place. I wonder if that was a little bit of team gamesmanship there to give him an extra point, especially now that Thompson has got himself up into the lead past Reeve.
No, he knows it. He knows it. He doesn't need the points, and he knows pretty much. I did speak to him earlier before this race. He was very clear on what he needed to do. I think he mentioned needs to finish in the top 15 or 16, something like that. But he certainly knows that 5th place is good enough. I'm not sure why he's making a move on his teammate, although to be fair, he is sort of protected. There are no team orders as such, but his teammate is not going to want to take off the man who's battling for the championship and has got the championship in his pocket. So he is pretty secure there and safe in 4th place, but I'm not sure why he's making the move in the first place. Look at the gap back from those at the front to the chasing group behind. So long as they don't catch Oliver Clark, who's currently in 4th place, then he's got the championship in his pocket. Clark leads it from Thompson and Cunnington. Championship points, bottom right of your screen. Oliver Behrman and Wesley Mason there in green have both made up places in the championship. Fayers, Pinsent, Casper, Zach and Lloyd have lost places.
So down to the hairpin once again. There's a little bit of crowding out there. That looks like Samra's been forced off. Samra forced off to the inside line of the hairpin. Why is it always Keaton Samra that's the one who gets pinned? That is just unbelievable. If anyone's going to get thrown off the circuit in a messy situation, 9 times out of 10, it's poor Keaton Samra. Let's watch.
Well, it looks like the GP plate tries to squeeze him, and then in behind,
well,
is that Henry Laws just
he looks at him.
off.
That's the thing. Jeremy actually looked across at him and saw that Samra was there, and yet he still drifted across to the right and ran him out of road. That is so bizarre. Yep. Surely that's not an intentional move to put Samra out of the race. I think maybe he just got a little bit panicked in the middle of the circuit, saw one side, one the other, and just made the move. And unfortunately, it was the wrong one. We're looking on board with Lucas Ellingham once again as he tries up the inside of Matthew Herbert. But, well, that's not going to make Keaton Samra any easier to deal with at the end of the race, is it?
He's had a miserable season, hasn't he? He's had, like you say, he's been involved in all sorts of things, not much his own fault, to be fair.
No, and I really rate Keaton Samra as a driver as well. When you watch him over 2 or 3 laps in practice, he is so consistent, bangs in the lap after lap after lap. It's within hundreds of each other. He's going to be a great sports car driver one day if one of the big name LMP teams gives him a ride, because he's so good at utilising development of a car. He's going to be brilliant when he switches to cars at sort of 16, 17. He'll be really, really strong. So out of the final turn down the straight comes Reed, Fayers, Clark, Thompson. Well, no, Thompson and Cunnington have actually dropped back. So Oliver Clark has, in amongst all of that confusion, has managed to get past Thompson and Cunnington, and he's dropped them.
Yeah, out of shot of our cameras, these three have created a gap now back to Thompson and Cunnington in behind them. So it is Reeve that leads it from Fayers now in second place. Oliver Clark, again, as I said earlier, comfortable in third place. Doesn't need to do anything silly, get involved.
Well, that's the championship one, isn't it? If Thompson is a long way behind him on the road in terms of kart lengths back, there's no way he's going to be able to pull that back on pure speed. Here comes Ellingham up the inside of the 44 of Preston. Nice move into the right-hander, shuts the door nicely. He seems to have a very good rhythm, does young Ellingham. I've been impressed with him this weekend. He seems to have a lot to build on going into the 2016 season. Hopefully we'll see him in a strong package and he'll be able to compete for regular podiums in the 2016 campaign. These three out in front. Well, I have to say, it looks as though Reeve has got this one pretty much sewn up for the moment. He's got two karts hot on his heels, but look, he's already started defending. He already thinks then it is now time, and no wonder, into the last lap, Reeve is going to try and make that kart as wide as possible. Ellingham has now caught up onto the back of Archie Brown, as he is now at the tail of an incredibly long train. Expect this order to change dramatically here. There's going to be a lot of changes of position. As you've seen, there's already a huge rafter of positions changed just in that one lap. Here's Reeve, he looks back. He knows that Clark is coming. Clark has already made the move on the 14. He's going round the outside. Fayers trying to get past both of them there. Fayers trying to make the move on Reeve for the lead, and Clark is just sitting there. Just sit there, Oliver. Don't get involved. Just watch it happen.
What is he doing? Don't get involved. Don't even be close enough to them that if they crash, you crash into them and you can lose the championship.
Oh, Oliver!
What is he doing?
But he's made it. Well, fair play to him. I mean, he's braver than I would be in the situation. He's made it stick, and up into second position. He's got a championship on the line here. This is an incredibly high-risk situation, but he's going for it anyway. He gets a little bit of a nudge from Fayers. He's not going to be able to get the victory. Reeve will get that, but fair play to Oliver Clark. He's a brave little cookie. In the middle of a championship fight, he decides to roll his sleeves up and go, no, I'm getting on with it. Still going for it to the line. Reeve gets there, Clark second, Fayers third, Thompson fourth, Cunnington fifth, and that means that Oliver Clark is the Honda Cadet champion of 2015. Magnificent job. Oliver Behrman is not going to be sixth, he'll be seventh because Law's got him on the final tour from Pinson in eighth, Westover in ninth, and Miller in 10th position. A cracking way to round out the Cadet season in 2015, and congratulations to Oliver Clark.
Nicholas, you had some great help. I mean, Oliver and Ben were pushing you on, but on the last lap you really had to fight for the win.
Yeah, it was much harder than the pre-final. In the pre-final, me and Ollie just drove away, but in this final I had to make sure I defended and kept Ben and Ollie behind me all the way to the flag.
And now that you've finished the season, how long is it till you move into a kart that actually fits you?
Hopefully by the end of this weekend, move up into Minimax or Junior X30.
Excellent, congratulations. Well done, Nicholas, a fantastic winner today. We'll move over to Oliver. Oliver, the champion this year. At the start of the day, you knew that a pair of top six finishes could seal it for you. What was going through your mind on that last lap when you were chasing Nicholas and battling away?
I just knew that I had to stay in the top three and try and stay with Harry. Well, he was just behind us, trying to stay in there to win the championships.
I mean, you and Harry have had a great battle all year. It was very tight right to the end. What's it been like, over the course of the season, fighting with Harry, knowing what a top driver he is?
It's been really tough because Harry's put in some really strong finishes.
But please, how's your dad feeling? Because I can imagine he was having a few issues on the sidelines.
Yeah, my dad was, I think, really nervous because I did try and overtake Ben Fayers in the last lap, and we nearly had it coming together, but...
Well, congratulations, this year's Cadet Honda Super 1 champion, Oliver Clark, and today's winner, Nicholas Reeve.
Congratulations to Nicholas Reeve, the race winner, but Oliver Clark is the 2015 Stevenage Sheet Metal Super 1 champion in Honda Cadet. Coming up in part 4, it's Minimax.